Hey guys, this is Allison from Allykat Creations. How are you? I am taking all of my TikTok videos and squishing them together in sections. So if you're not on TikTok but would like to enjoy what I put out for other people in messaging, they're short little clips, but they're all together. Please go check out this video so that you can see the messages that I give for others. If you are on TikTok, Ally, KAT211 is my handle. And it would be awesome if you can support me there. I unfortunately don't know what I'm doing with this channel or all my other social medias. I'm getting very burnt out financially. I'm not making anything, which is great, and that's fine, but things are hitting home really hard again. So any support would be fantastic. Don't worry if you can't, but getting that like, share, and subscribe out is the most important for me at this point in time. I want to thank all of my subscribers and all the people that watch me and gain some knowledge and wisdom from me. I am so happy to have you in my life. It is beyond measure how important all of you are to me. And I'm going to continue pushing forward with what upstairs missioned me and missioned myself to do here on this planet, as I'm trying to redefine what abundance and what means of making it in this 3D world looks like. It's getting harder and harder. And I hit that rock bottom 2 years ago, and it's coming back at me again with me putting in effort every day. So I don't know where I need to change or what direction I need to fly into, but here's a new way of going about things: TikTok shorts and videos. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for your support and enjoy. Bye for now.
Blessings and grand rising, everybody. This is Allison from Allykat Creations. How are you? So, I had beautiful conversations the last few days, and a lot of people are having kind of like an issue of where to fit in their spiritual practices, their meditation, their thinking process, when to do these things. And I'm reading a really fantastic book by Rudolf Steiner, who is just saying to implement these things, these modalities, the affirmations, the beautiful things in your everyday life. Incorporate them. You don't need to sit there in an hour's worth meditation, because not everybody has an hour to spare depending on the day. If you were to take some time out each and every day, when you're in the bathroom, you're taking a shower, you're brushing your teeth, you can implement a lot of spiritual practices in your everyday life without even being consciously aware of it. I have affirmations all over my refrigerator. I have beautiful affirmations on my mirror that I look at every day. I make sure that I am grounding. I'm taking the conscious breath with the tree. I know this human spiked yesterday so bad, in a good way. But it was a lot of energy, and the people that were around me were like, "Are you okay? Like, you look out of it." And I was shifting a lot in my energy, and I had to go out a few times to touch trees and just to walk amongst the grass and kind of do really deep breaths and do my protection. These are very instantaneous things you can do each and every day that doesn't require a lot of time. And when you focus on certain aspects of where you want to go spiritually, if you're in the dark night of the soul, you want to be able to take 20 minutes to sit and maybe reflect, write in your journal, go inside your feelings and go to the bathroom and cry. Whatever it is that you need to do, make sure you're not stopping your regular 3D life. We still need to implement all aspects of everything in unity with balance into our situation. It's very difficult when it's the harder stuff to deal with, but I have faith that more and more people are doing the work to going within, to contemplating, introspecting, and it doesn't need to consume an entire day. You still have a life to live, you still need to eat, you still need to exercise, you still need to do things that are a part of your 3D world, and you have responsibilities that you're not going to get away from because you're going to be kumbaya in the middle of a mountain somewhere. There's still responsibilities that you need to take account for in your everyday life. So you have to remember to balance what you're working on to self-improve and your responsibilities as a human, as an adult, as a person of humanity. Make sure you're doing the work, but make it so that it is super easy, nothing difficult, and something that you enjoy doing, because why do it at all if you don't enjoy it and you're not getting anything out of it? Big message from upstairs, because a lot of people in the last couple of days have been asking me, but Allison, I don't have time. Oh my gosh. You don't have time to look in the mirror and say I love you? Or know that you're worthy? Or that you're courageous and you're going to conquer today? I think you can do that. So guys, sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding and protective energy. Please go within, be the physical shoulder for somebody today. Be the lighthouse. Seed your truths. I did a lot of that yesterday. I'm so excited. And I hope all of you find some time during the day to do some work on yourself, but also know that you need balance, and we're here for a reason. So, bye for now. Blessings and grand rising, everybody. This is Allison from Allykat Creations. How are you? The world as will and representation. At every stage illumined by knowledge, the will appears as individual. The human individual finds himself in endless space and time as finite, and consequently as a vanquishing quantity compared with these. He is projected into them, and on account of their boundlessness, has always only a relative, near an absolute, when and where of his existence. For his place and duration are finite parts of what is infinite and boundless. His real existence is only in the present, whose unimpeded flight into the past is a constant transition into death, a constant dying. For his past life, apart from its eventual consequences, for the present, and also apart from the testimony regarding his will that is impressed in it, is entirely finished and done with, dead and no longer anything. Therefore, as a matter of reason, it must be indifferent to him whether the contents of that past were pains or pleasures, but the present in his hands is constantly becoming the past. The future is quite uncertain and always short. Thus, his existence, even considered from the formal side alone, is a continual rushing of the present into the dead past, a dying, constant dying. And if we look at it also from the physical side, it is evident that just as we know our walking to be only a constant prevent falling, so is the life of our body only a constant prevent dying, and ever deferred death. This, I found something very aligned with me, because we are concurrently living past, present, future. There is simultaneous time. There really isn't a past or a future. We write our future. We're concurrently in the present moment. Our brains, on the other hand, can't conceive and comprehend that notion because we only know from our memories. We only know from what was and what will be, and we're not really too focused on the present moment. But that's all we have. That's all there is the present moment. So it's always dying. It's a death, metaphorically. So if we start living in the now present moment, always being present of the conscious now, a lot of things will start being clarified for us. And we don't want to eternal sunshine of the spotless mind, our memories, but we learn from them, we gain from them, but the past is just a human concept of illusory in the 3D. What no longer serves you needs to go. All those things built you up to this present moment of the now. So when you live in the now and you don't let our other timelines of the past dictate what is the now, we can clear it all as if it is a death and dying. It's very interesting. But I was going through this book again, and that was brought up, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta read it. So I hope you guys got something out of that. Sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding and protective energy. Please go within, be the shoulder, be the lighthouse, seed your truths, and start living in the present moment. Be consciously aware of the every moment that is in the now, which that moment just passed. But in all essence, everything is simultaneously occurring and concurrently happening. It's just hard for our human brains to wrap around that. So I hope you all have a beautiful, fantastic day. Bye for now. Blessings and grand rising, everybody. This is Allison from Allykat Creations. How are you? Spirit brought me back to the Law of One. And although I read it, I'm rereading it and done some videos on my YouTube channel, Allykat211. And I do my insights on them. And something that I read last night was super interesting about what's going on currently in our political sphere. And the questioner was asking about polarization and earth changes and just changes in general. And Ra responds and adds guerrilla warfare in the mix of all of this, that fascism and control, social common ownership will stimulate a large sum of contemplation upon great polarization, implicit in the contrast of freedom and control. The light of freedom will burn with the capable of such polarization. The seeking for inner knowledge would take root, brought from those which remember their calling upon this sphere. So people that are on WeNotMe and some very amazing other channels that do the political stuff, they are bringing to the forefront what really is going on. The spiritual people like myself are seeding what we need to polarize and to bring into the light, to transmute it. And right now, a lot of people are questioning their paradigm. They're seeing where their money is going and where it isn't going. We're seeing, especially where I am in Northwest Indiana, I was in New York only 2 years ago for my whole life, and gas prices were high there. Here, it's starting to jump up. It's not fun to know how crazy this world is becoming and how diluted and MK Ultra'd a lot of people are. It's mind control. And now so many more of us are brightening up the light. We're anchoring the light. We are seeding truths, whether it be extraterrestrial, whether it be political, whether it be ascension. It doesn't matter what. Each of us is unique, and when we speak in frequency, it is helping others shift. That's why I say seed your truths, because someone might not be ready for the truth in a bigger, larger sense. They might need to be a little tiny seed so that it grows in the darkness and then finally it shoots up into the light. That's why each and every one of us are super important on spreading the truth. And we need to be careful that we're not separating ourselves away from people who are brainwashed, who need us. When we spew our truths, we need to be very careful on how we're doing that and having compassion and grace so that these people aren't going to run away. It's just little commentary, respectable things that we can do to help shift. And a lot of us are remembering what our calling is. A lot of us remember our abilities. We need to look at all the potentialities happening in the world and how can we very carefully show that there's something going on, show that there's something wrong, show without being obsessive and holding on to the chains that string people along. We got to break that cycle. And it's up to many of us to do so. So I found that Ra goes into a whole lot in book 3 about planet shifts and how everything is potentialities, and it's up to us to shift to the higher timeline as a whole so that we're not seeing, and he states there is no nuclear war. It's just conventional warfare in form. In your illusion has the opportunities for those seeking service. So what is happening now is helping us for having service for others. So check out my channel. I'll be doing a video hopefully maybe tomorrow or the next day on Ra and the Law of One I'm getting back into. So guys, sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding, and protective energy. Please go within, be the shoulder, be the lighthouse, seed your truths, and I hope to see you guys on the next one, and thank you for your support. Bye for now. Blessings and grand rising, everybody. This is Allison from Allykat Creations. How are you? The Law of One, once again. I'm still going through some of the sections I want to cover on my channel. We are all talking about ascension, but a key element that is very important to understand is that we still live in polarity and duality. And this planet, if not corrected in the positive terms, could ascend in the negative polarized aspect of the planet. Although there is a mixed harvest, which means that negative polarized people and positive polarized people will be able to ascend into different paradigms. We will be shifting into what we all deem as a new earth, but that would be in a positive polarity. The negative polarized people are going to go to their own destination in a negative polarized planet. Still of source, all of it is of source. What we need to realize in all the videos that me and so many other people do is shifting and anchoring the positive polarized aspect of us into the earth and shift people to the polarity. We need to do this. It is very important. And there's a bunch of catalysts that are coming up that we need to deal with, we need to transmute, we need to evolve. We need to evolve our speech, our definitions of things. This is very vital to do right now, and we're in those stair-step stages, meaning that a lot of us are forming what we want to call a social memory complex. This is what Quo, which is a part of Ra, talks about. Fourth dimensional space, fourth density, fourth dimension. In the higher octaves is where we would be forming a social memory complex, which is unity, coming together, working together. We need these things. So when we are discovering the negative and the positive of things, yes, the evil people that we deem evil, we want in wood chippers. I don't think about those things anymore because I don't want to give that energy to them, number one. And two, I think it's all source, and they all have an experience. They are having a negative one. And we've had those negative lifetimes. So we have to give compassion and grace, but they're going on their own way and they're moving forward. And we need to do the same and stop giving that side energy so that we can transmute all the catalysts that are being thrown at us to shift. Major shifts are going to happen. Major things for the mass whole is going to happen. And we need to be prepared mentally and in a mature manner to aid those who are in the in-between, who haven't picked a building yet or a side. That's where we're at right now in the energies. We're in a mixed harvest. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's your choice. You have free will. But in doing so, your free will allow you to feed your energy in the right places. Do the inner work. Mature in your essence. Mature in your definitions. And pray that when these catalytic events occur, that we're all unifying together and raising the frequency to transmute into the positive polarity so all of us can shift together, not individually. So guys, sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding, and protective energy. Please go within, be the shoulder, be the lighthouse, seed your truths, and know that the people who are a service to themselves, that's the plan that they chose before they incarnated. Give them compassion and grace, send them love, and let them be over there. That's not a hard concept. So let's move in that direction. And I hope all of you have a great and fantastic rest of your weekend. Thank you for the support. Bye for now. Blessings, everybody. This is Allison from Allykat Creations. Another tool that Spirit has given me today to share with all of you. Once again, use this as just a guide. Fill in the blanks. And I hope this is something that can help many of you through your journey. Dear self, thank you for waking up today. Dear self, I am proud you decided to go to the park for that walk. Dear self, grateful you went on the swings to enjoy the moment. Dear self, if they cared, they would fight for you. If they wanted you, they would be there. If they desired you, it would show. Dear self, you made it this far. Dear self, don't give up. That fall down opens reality. Dear self, never accept being an option. Dear self, reminder, divine timing can be painful. Dear self, you showed up today. Dear self, you are worthy, loyal, loving, giving, sometimes to the wrong frequency. Dear self, thank you for giving yourself a second chance. Dear self, You are the lesson giver. Yes, it hurts. Dear self, what proud you got this far all by yourself. Dear self, one day the right help, the right person will love you, care, and meet you in the middle. Dear self, no more negative self-talk. Dear self, you're changing constantly to be that butterfly. Dear self, the spark of source within reminds you how big your mission is. Love yourself. Dear self, glad you are doing things that make you uncomfortable. Dear self, thank you and thankful you took that leap of faith. Dear self, blessed I have always been my authentic self. Dear self, thank you for seeing beyond your limitations. Dear self, you choose and chose all of this. Accept it. Dear self, it's hard to feel happy. Thank you for doing your best. Dear self, it's hard to feel happy. Take that breath and find joy and your highest excitement at all times. Dear self, that dark place you love to dwell in is blinding. Dear self, you are love. Period. Dear self, you are enough. Cut the crap. Dear self, don't give up. You can write a million more letters, affirmations. Try to be honest with yourself. Try to come into realization what you need to tell yourself. You're not going to get anything from the outside world that you already don't know. And sometimes people come into your life and you're the lesson for them and they don't see it and then they blame you for being a horrible person. No, you're not. It's karmic. And I've come to a lot of karmic relationships in my life, friendships, people that needed to be put on their course. It hurts because you don't mean harm. Sometimes you signed up to be the giver of that harm. For someone like myself that's been alone for a very, very long time, we all need to come into a realization that I'm not taking anything with me once I die. It's just me. And I have to work on me. And I'm happy that I got to go swinging today and take a really nice jump out of my comfort zone to go to a park and do a walk. So, do things that make you feel uncomfortable, or do things that you ordinarily wouldn't do. Take the chance. Invest in yourself. Sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding, and protective energy. Please go within. Please go within. Be the shoulder, be the lighthouse, seed your truths, and know that not everybody's going to agree with you, and that's okay. Dear self, you're in a higher frequency. Stop lowering it for others. So thank you all for coming and joining me today, and I hope this is a tool for you to use. Thank you for your liking and your comments and support, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Blessings and grand rising, everybody. This is Allison from Allykat Creations. Today I want to talk about karmic relationships. They're the very, very painful, most painful ones I've ever experienced, because that's all I've ever experienced. I've never had someone actually love me, show up for me, care for me as I do for them. It may be deep down inside that they really do have these feelings, but they're not expressing it with words or showing it through their actions. I'm taking it for granted. A lot of the times I am very giving of my everything and don't mind doing things, because that's what someone should do in a relationship, is show up for the other person. But when imbalance strikes and a pattern starts repeating, then you start realizing that it is not just a relationship, it's karmic. Karmic relationships stem from you having a past life, or in my now learned terminology, concurrent, simultaneously happening in different dimensional spaces and densities, relationships. And karmic relationships can stem to people that are friends, people that are romantic. It doesn't necessarily mean romantic. But normally, I'm talking right now in the romantic sense. But it could be family as well, because you signed agreements with all these people. It's to show you a lesson and to learn a lesson and to cut the karmic cycle that we all were here to come and break. All of us came here to break these stupid cycles that really shatter us and put us in a state of torment and torture. I know a couple of videos back I talked about how torture and torment and trauma actually brings in higher light and higher consciousness, because once that lesson is revealed to you, so what I'm trying to do with what just happened with my, I still don't know what's going on, and I have a feeling it's over. But I want to break a cycle, but to start anew with the same person. Because that would be breaking a conditional psychic karmic mold that not many can achieve. And I want to achieve that goal. There are people and places and things that are placed in your life for a specific purpose and reason. And when people aren't seeing the lesson that they're supposed to learn, for myself, my lesson is to stop giving myself fully all the time until someone meets that back energetically. Not everybody has an even Steven energy exchange all the time. People fall on their feet, and you want to be there for somebody, but if they're not there for you when you fall down, that's a big problem. And that's a cycle I am trying to cut out of my life. I give people chances and the benefit of the doubt, and I'm hoping through what I'm going through, that special person understands that they just need to meet my energy a little bit and give a little in. That's it. But for the majority of us, karmic stuff is a cycle that needs to end. It is understanding the lesson, understanding why it's repeating, and breaking that shell, because this is how we are emptying our old selves out to make room for the new, to bring in the new. Let's hope that that cycle of repeat, karmic cycle after karmic cycle ends, so that we can propel ourselves forward and moving this shift faster. Because this in-between is shitty and I don't like it. So go out there today, make sure you understand why things and why certain patterns are repeating and how to break them, and move forward in bright cheeriness. I dressed up today, and do something good for yourself. Sending each and every one of you love, like a passion, grace, shielding, a protective energy. Please go within, be the shoulder, be the lighthouse, seed your truths, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Hi everybody, this is Allison from Allykat Creations. How are you? So I decided that I was going to kick my butt and go on walks and find parks and walking trails. See the nice little walking trail here. And this is not far from my house. And of course, what does Spirit do? Hey, Allison, you need a little break, and you're going to come over here and take a little seat and a stretch. And I was guided to clear the land, purify. I'm going to get some of these trees over here and negate all that negative energy. Hi, everybody. How are you today? So, now that I'm out and I'm working out, I got my weights on, sweating it out, grounding. I want everybody to recognize that wherever you go to clear your mind, clear your energy, when you see stuff like that, you should clear and stop and call in all that you do to clear the space. If there is, any kid could make a pentacle, let's just be real, and not know or have any meaning to it. But you never know the land's history or past that will soil the land. And as you're trying to clear your energy, trying to get yourself into shape, just to ground and enjoy, you might have some negative dark entities trying to follow you home. We can't have that. We cannot have that. So make sure, as a light worker, a grid worker, whatever you classify yourself, we give ourselves labels as humans. When you're in a spot, investigate it. I just saw all the graffiti, unlike New York, right? I'm in Indiana. And I see a lot of this shit. I clear it. That way, when they come back to go to this spot and do a ritual, I'm sitting on probably their altar, I just ruined their fun. I ruined it because I just put the light of source, all the angels, all the elementals. I am protected. And I am now gridding this space out for the light. Claimed. So make sure if you're going out and doing these things each and every day, that you are making sure that spaces like this, where normal people that aren't going to come up here and look at it, don't get affected by the energies that are called in by it. So guys, sending each and every one of you love, light, protection, energy, and shielding. Please go within. Be the shoulder. Be the lighthouse. Seize your truths. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Thank you for all your support. Blessings. And I'm going to continue to get my swole on. Bye for now. Blessings and grand rising, everybody. This is Allison from Allykat Creations. How are you? Are you showing up for yourself today? Did you show up for yourself today? Ask yourself these questions every day. Are you showing up for yourself? A lot of messages have been coming my way from people that they don't know why they're crying. Automatically, the waterworks are coming on. Sometimes you need a good cry. You don't know why. You're purging your energy. You might not know why. It might come unconsciously, subconsciously. You might just need to get out old energy and it's stagnant within you. So you cry it out. You release. Sometimes there is no explanation to it. But are you showing up for yourself today to have that good cry? Did you show up today to go and work out or do some movement? I know last night the Schumann resonance was spiking. And I did a video on my channel, my spiritual soul advice. And I ended at 1 a.m. I'm trying to reverse that sleep pattern and try to get to sleep early and wake up and do everything in the morning. And it just didn't happen today. I gave myself some compassion and some space. I got my workout in. I stayed home today. Get my muscles going, got some weights going, got some Pilates going, and checked on my garden and just checked in with myself. How am I feeling today? What do I need to improve today? What do I need to release today? Make sure that you're checking in on yourself and your needs. If you feel that there's some stagnancy, if you feel that there's something off, make sure you're doing the right steps to taking care of it and yourself. It's okay to cry. It's okay to purge. It's okay. You don't know why. Sometimes we're just in a shitty mood for no reason. Let it be. Flow with it. Go with it. Release the energy. Make sure you're checking in on yourself. Make sure you're reading your affirmations. Make sure you're taking conscious breaths each and every moment of the day that you can recognize, okay, let's center ourselves. Did you ground today? When people message me, I'm always more than happy to answer the questions, but 9 times out of 10, people are not taking the steps to answer their own questions. They're always seeking somebody or something outside of themselves when the answers lie within. Sometimes your answers are not going to come within a day or two. It might be 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Patience. The universe is teaching a lot of that right now, too. Make sure you're showing up for yourself. When you wake up, make some changes to your routine. Maybe do something outside of your comfort zone. I've been talking about that a lot. It breaks up the stagnancy. If you feel stuck or you're purging a lot, you don't know what's going on, do something different to shatter that energy. Rattle it. Get it moving differently. And see how that goes for you. I hope all of this information helps, because I get a lot of questions, and these are easier to just answer in a bigger capacity. Because, I'm very busy sometimes. So guys, sending each and every one of you love, like a passion, grace, shielding and protection energy. Please be the shoulder, be the lighthouse, seed your truths, go within. Always go within first, and make sure that you're showing up for yourself today in any way that you can, even if that's just for a cry or a good workout or go out into nature and ground. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Thank you for your support. Bye for now. Blessings and grand rising, everybody. This is Allison from Allykat Creations. How are you? Before I go on my walk today, it might rain. We'll see what happens if I go out. Big channeling, a lot of energy coming in, as a lot of us know. Spiritual resistance. So I was in a chat yesterday. I moderate for WeNotMe. And I don't want anybody to take what I try to bring to the table as offensive or upsetting, because I don't like to do that. I don't want to upset anybody. But there is a resistance to the awakening people for higher-ended truths. So just because you claim you're awake and that you have a lot of info and you learned a lot, and we all have, you have to realize, even people like me, I keep an open mind to information that I receive, whether it be spiritual, political, or any of the other avenues I go and look at. You need to have a broader spectrum of understanding that where you are, truth is a frequency, and that vibratory state that you sit at is what is open to you. When you expand your consciousness higher and higher, that is when you need to allow yourself to receive even more information and stop resisting it. just because your ego tells you, well, you know all about this topic or you know all about this, doesn't necessarily mean that you're wrong. It's a fractal of a bigger picture. As you expand and raise your consciousness, the truth expands with it. The viewpoint expands with it. Different modalities, different concepts, different perceptions will seep into you. There's no right or wrong. But when people resist the bigger information because they're not willing to expand their mind even further, it's an ego battle. And I had one of those yesterday because people are so adamant about this truth because the document shows you, or this person is telling you, and you're not going within. You're not checking here first. So I highly recommend people to have an open mind, think outside of the box, but also with the information you already have in your knowing, we all perceive it differently. But have an open mind. Take new information in. Go to your heart space to see if that's what resonates with you. And if it doesn't, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But you allowed it to come in and you allowed yourself to explore it. There's so many different light workers out there and so many different terms and concepts that we shouldn't shut ourselves down to, but we need to go into our heart space to see if it works for us or not. We're all at different stages of our development, spiritually, information-wise, politically, the truth in general. We all perceive these things differently. So when we shut ourselves down to other possibilities, potentialities, we're really doing a disservice to our own growth. We have to realize the mechanics of how reality is formed. We all perceive it a little differently, but there is a lot of truths and similarities that we all can come together and agree with. Learn soul contracts, know what they are, understand yours and everybody else's. And I think that's really the starting point of expanding your mind and expanding. But what about the kids? But what about the kids? Okay, but they have their own contracts just like we do. Nothing is outside of yourself, of your knowing. And when we understand each other and ourselves better, the expansion will start elevating. So stop resisting new information. Take in all the perceptions and go to your heart and drop those that just don't align with you. That's Spirit's message of the day. They were very adamant that I speak about this because I see it happening each and every day. Sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding and protective energy. Please go within. Be the shoulder for somebody. Be the lighthouse. Seize your truths. And I hope to see you on the next one. Thank you for your support. Bye for now. Hey everybody, this is Allison from Allykat Creations. How are you? These are the new additions to my family, to my home. This one right here, that's Moo, aka Freya. And that one, that's Dad, that's Heartsy, aka Odin. I might have to keep their names because they are used to them. We'll see what happens. This is the first hour they've been in the house. Hi, babies. This brings me so much joy to rescue two babies, a daughter and a daddy. A daughter and a dad. Sorry guys, you can't see them. This is my cat room. room just for cats. I honor all the cats that have been in my life. That's their cremation wall. And you can hear the cars. But yeah, these are the things that bring me joy in life. Having a sense of purpose. Other than the spiritual stuff. So what are we tasked to do in the high energies that are the new moon, Mercury retrograde, and some crazy energy happening? Where can you find your center? That's really what's being asked of a lot of people today. What is your center? What brings you joy? Is it taking your dog or your pet out for a walk? Because people take all kinds of animals out for a walk. Is it going out in nature? What is it that brings you joy and brings you balance and centeredness? Today was an emotional roller coaster because my adoptive mom's birthday is today. Hey, everybody. I'm like also crazily. So my adoptive mom's birthday would have been today. She would have been 78 years old. And she came to me, we had a conversation, and it was really needed. And today the balance was brought by bringing these two babies home so that I can rescue them. They can be in a beautiful home and just get all the love that they will get from me, and that's a lot. I like to spread the love through cuddles and awesomeness. So find your balance and center. The energies are absolutely bonkers extreme. Bonkers extreme. It's okay. Let the tears come out, because I've been crying all morning. And then when I got here with them and unpackaged them out of their carriers, crying in happy tears. So I went from upset tears to happy tears. All is purged and needed, and really excited to start my new life. New beginnings, new life with two beautiful babies. So make sure that you're balancing and centering yourself in nature, with your animals, with meditation. I can't wait to meditate. Whatever it is that you do, it is very much needed. So sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding, and protective energy. Please go within. Be the shoulder. Be the lighthouse. Seed your truths. Shed those tears if need be. Find your center and find the joy in life. It's been difficult for me, and hopefully moving forward, I won't have such a hard time anymore. So, sending everybody my love, and thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Blessings and grand rising, everybody. This is Allison from Allykat Creations with co-host number 3. And this is Heartsy, a.k.a. Odin. I spent the night in the cat room with them. But today, the message from Spirit is, how are you centering your energy? How are you coming to center? The energies are wicked right now. Like I said the other day, they're wonky. I know I've been heavily affected, and so has so many people that reached out to me, well wishing me on this little guy and the little princess somewhere around here. How are you staying centered is really what is needed right now. anchoring your energy into the earth, grounding, taking salt baths, frequency baths if you can. I'm actually doing this video inside today because I just had to go run and get some cat food for them that they will eat. And it is so humid and hot outside. So if you can't get outside today, what is something you can do to center your energy? Whether it be a good cry, whether it be writing a letter to whom you need to write a letter to. Just like all those other videos I have done with my, I'm grateful, thankful, blessed. Where can you center yourself and stay positive? A lot of things are happening in the paradigm right now. Things are collapsing. We are very close to a lot of things now popping off. And this is where a lot of us light workers need to step in without judgment, without the spew of, I told you so, because that's not needed and not necessary. A lot of things are going to happen in the next couple of days as things are starting to crash, as people's paradigms are going to collapse. But what people really need to understand is it's going to be okay. And it's going to be okay for you. The dark negative energy, I listened to at least 3 different people yesterday talk about how the evil is coming and literally purging out of the earth and attacking many of us. So put on your armor of God, or put your bubble on, put your chain link fence, your mirror on, and make sure that you are getting that energy grounded, getting yourself shielded and protected from those outside negative thought forms that we have all created unbeknownst to us from negative thinking. And we are always going to negative things before the positive. And no, we don't need to live in fluffy unicorn farts and sparkles, but we do need to live in thinking instead of negative all the time, going to the negative first for everything, going to the positive, and then weighing the negative. Be logical and rational in your thinking. That's the only way you're going to be able to center yourself through all this energy that is happening. The Schumann keeps spiking. There's a lot of purging happening. So just go with the flow. I like to take a Bluetooth speaker with pure tone frequency. It depends what I want to do, how I want to meditate, and I'll go into a salts bath and put the Bluetooth speaker right up against the tub. Even if you have a shower and you're taking a shower, you could do the same thing. Even if it's a stand-in shower, you could put the speaker right next to it, and that vibratory state is going to help you cleanse, clear. Make sure you're talking into your water positive intentions, things that we want to manifest. We had a new moon, and even if you don't do the astrology thing, it doesn't harm you to put negative, to drop the negative and put the positive in the water. Programming your stuff. So make sure today you are centering your energy. I know for me, these guys kept me centered all night long. They slept with me, on me, cuddled, and it made me so happy. And now I'm going to probably work out and take a shower because it is funky out. Sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding, and protective energy. Please go within, be the shoulder, be the lighthouse, seed your truths. Make sure you come to center, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.
8/8 portal overload.
Blessings, everybody. This is Allison from Allykat Creation. How are you? It's very windy out here. The new kitties are free out of the cat room. They decided that we're just going to be rebellious and get out. So, yeah, they're downstairs having fun in my studio room. Anywho, 8/8 portal, everybody's talking about it and doing shows on it, and here's what I'm not going to do. tell you what to do and who to listen to. But first, go within. We get bombarded by so much energy and so many messages from so many people. Just a reminder to go inside yourself to know what aligns right here. Don't make it as so. The information, well, that's what that person said, and it has to be so. No. Because your paradigm is yours alone. What your reality is no one else's but yours. You manifest and create your reality. So, outside information that other people are giving you, sure, there might be things that will resonate with inside your heart space. But with all the messages that I see that are all day long today, like get ready and just make sure you're doing the inner work. You're listening to your own consciousness and self first. And some people don't even believe in it. They don't believe in the energies. They believe nothing's going to happen, and that's okay too. When we recognize these things, that's all that matters at the end of the day, is your heart and your intuition and aligning yourself with what will work for you and what will not. And not everything will work for people. Not all messages do I resonate with. I listened to a bunch of people today. And I was like, okay, listening, taking the information in, not disrespecting anybody, just having an open mind, open heart to receive what they were bringing to the table. I didn't get much. So upstairs nudged me just to remind all of you that it is absolutely okay. I got hair all over my face and my eye, and that's annoying. Spirit really wanted me to let you know that if you are not resonating with other people's messages, that's absolutely fine, and don't beat yourself up over it because you didn't get the vast meeting that everybody's following. Please know that you are on your own individual journey that's composed with everybody else, because we're all one, but each of us are experiencing God and Source and our contracts differently from everybody else. So there's no right or wrong in anything, because what's right for you is not maybe right for me. It's hard to grasp these things, but we need to get out of the separation, and we have to come into the one-ment with all things. The tree's one with it all, but it only sits out here in our outside world in a spot, in a location, and it only sees what it sees, breathes what it breathes, and puts out what it puts out. That's the form of the tree. We have to acknowledge that for ourselves. So with all the crazy wonky energy that is happening right now, go within, do some self-care, go inside yourself, and don't get overstimulated by all the people's messages that are out there. Just do what it resonates with you and what you're called to listen to. So guys, sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding, and protective energy. Please go within, as always. Be the shoulder for somebody. Be the lighthouse. Seed your truths. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.